All right. What's up, everybody? All my people in Manhattan, the Bronx, especially for this video, my people in Queens. Shout out to them. All the way out to Staten Island and my home borough, Brooklyn. Back in another video, and today's June 20th. Today marks 4 years since the death of legendary rapper Prodigy from the legendary hip-hop duo Mobb Deep. Mobb Deep, in my opinion, have become one of the more underrated rap duos / groups of all time. You know, mainly because, in my view, they didn't make it out of the 90s really well. You know, I mean, of course, they released projects in the 2000s, and their last project was released in 2014. You know, the album's called the infamous Mobb Deep. But you know, when you think of Mobb Deep, you think of the 90s. You know, they're boom bap styled in age. I mean, I know they signed with G Unit. They had a record that got a little buzz at the time with 50 Cent, but you know, that wasn't real Mobb Deep. When you think of Mobb Deep, you think of gritty, hardcore, dark, cold New York hip hop. You know, they were part of the East Coast Renaissance that was going on between 93 and 96, when all those legendary East Coast rappers, Wu-Tang Clan, Nas, Biggie, and Jay-Z were releasing classic projects. Mobb Deep was right in the middle of 95 with their project, The Infamous, which, you know, and look, I heard Lord Jamar state this on Vlad TV, but Mobb Deep truly re-energized New York hip-hop more than Biggie Smalls did. A lot of people give Biggie and his Ready to Die album all the credit because it was the most mainstream out of all of them, which I understand. Like, Biggie had some straight hardcore New York shit. Don't get it bent. But, you know, his big hits, you know, Big Papa and Juicy, they had a, you know, G-Funk West Coast feel. Because at the time, G-Funk, the West Coast, was the dominant rap scene. You know, Mobb Deep's hits, you know, Shook One's Part 2, Eye for an Eye, and, you know, Right Back at You. Those were straight New York, straight Queensbridge. You know, dark, gritty, cold, bar for bar, just outstanding. That's what Mobb Deep's hits were. So when he stated Mobb Deep re-energized New York hip-hop more than Biggie did, I tend to agree. A lot of people might be upset with that. Oh, well. But, you know, if we're ranking duos, the all-time greatest duos in the history of hip-hop, you know, of course, to me, Outkast #1. A lot of people want to put Run DMC in there because Jam Master Jay didn't rap. Look, that's your business. But in my opinion, Mobb Deep, we're talking about duos, Mobb Deep is probably top 5, top 10. You know, they're right up there with Outkast and UGK and 8Ball and MJG, Gangstar, you know. They're right up there. They have classic albums, classic tracks. They were crucial. They were crucial in re-energizing New York hip hop. And, you know, they're just certified legends in my view. Are they as impactful as Outkast or UGK? On all of hip hop? No. But in terms of New York hip hop, absolutely. Absolutely. And they were the seminal groups of that era. You know, they released their first project in 1993, it's Juvenile Hell. But they really got attention in 95 when they dropped The Infamous, which is a bona fide classic. You know, like I just said, you know, other than Shook One's Part 2, you got Eye for an Eye featuring Nas and Raekwon the Chef. You got Right Back at You featuring Raekwon, Ghostface Killah, and Big Noyd. You know, in 1996, they released Hell on Earth, which is, in my opinion, a classic. It had G.O.D. Part 3, you know, G.O.D., Father Part 3, QBC, Sublime Bacardi. They had Hell on Earth, the title track, and of course they had Drop a Gem on them, which for all you don't know was a response to Tupac dissing them on Hit 'Em Up. This came out in 96, you know, in my opinion, arguably the greatest year in the history of hip-hop, and I did a video on that. Then they did, in 1999, they released Murder Music, you know, which had, you know, what's that song? It's Mine, which they sampled Scarface, the Tony Montana theme. You know, y'all need to give it up. We don't give a fuck. What y'all niggas want? Thug life, it's mine. Shit was crazy. And then they released, of course, they had Quiet Storm, which is a Prodigy solo track. And then Lil Kim hopped on the remix. You know, this is probably my favorite Mobb Deep song ever. Even over Shook One's Part 2. I mean, everybody went in. Havoc, Lil Kim, Prodigy. Like, there was not one whack bar in the song, in my opinion. Even Lil Kim, you know, towards the end of her verse, you know, it's the Q to the B with the M-O, BB, Queensbridge, Brooklyn, and we D, double EP. Like, that shit was just straight fire. You know, like I said, and that's a classic album to me. Again, this is just my opinion. You know, you're welcome to disagree. Comment section down below. You know, give your opinion. But to me, they have 3 certified classic albums. And in 2000, Prodigy released his solo project HNIC with the single "Keep It Thorough," which is a very catchy song. Keep it thorough, nigga. You know, of course, around this time, Mobb Deep was beefing with Jay-Z, because Jay-Z had a bar on Money Cash Hoes. You know, if I feel like New York's been soft ever since Snoop came through and crushed the buildings. Prodigy took offense to that. No, Mobb Deep really Prodigy. They beef with everybody, man. They had beef with Nas. Nas and Prodigy had a falling out, which apparently didn't get resolved, which is why Prodigy's mural in Queensbridge got defaced many times. You know, I'm not saying Nas sent somebody to do it, but you know, you never know. And of course, you know, they had beef with Jay, and I heard that they had a little issue with DMX. How true that is, I don't know, but that's what I was heard. But you know, hey man, my pops didn't even get me on Mobb Deep. It was my mom's. My mom's, you know, no, she's from the Bahamas, but when she came to the U.S., she lived in Queens and was raised in Queens, so she loves Mobb Deep, man. She loves Mobb Deep. So she was honestly the one that got me on Mobb Deep, not my pops. But yeah, you know, I remember hearing about that. You know, I told my mom. She was upset. You know, she didn't shed a tear or nothing, but she was a little upset. You know, most people who respect Mobb Deep, respect their legacy and their impact on hip hop, were upset when Prodigy passed away. It was announced he passed away from apparently choking on an egg. Look, man, I'm not really trying to get that deep, but as we all know, Prodigy spoke a lot about the Illuminati, you know, shit like that. So, look, I'm not trying to get into all that, but hey, you know, if you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and make sure you stay subscribed, because you know YouTube can remove subscribers. You know, comment down below. What was your favorite Mobb Deep song? Favorite Mobb Deep album? Did you ever go to one of their concerts? What was your favorite memory? Did you ever meet them? What happened? Tell me down below. Rest in peace, Prodigy. See you all.